Power Ranger fanatics. I know there's not too many of us out there, but there's enough of us to have a community. I love Power Rangers. Hopefully you love Power Rangers. Here are my thoughts on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. I finished it not too long ago, and I'm just going to give my brief thoughts on the season overall and leading into Season 3, how I feel. Now, Season 2 is big because you have the departure of Jason, Trini, and Zach, and the bringing in of Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. Now, a lot of people like myself, before I looked it up, didn't know why they left. I will get into that a little bit later in this review, but before that, I will say that this is a spoiler review. This show's been out for decades. I can't really talk about it much without giving some spoilers, but I did a Season 1, first half of Season 1 review. You can go check that out on Comic Hero Talk. I'm not going to do a second half of Season 1 because I'm so far removed from watching it, and everything that I said in the first half is pretty much the same in the second half. Nothing really changed in that show, because we know the episodes get repetitive. So go check out my Season 1 review, and then I'm going to put this is my Season 2 review, and then I'll put my Season 3 review up shortly after this video goes up, because I'm almost done with Season 3. There's some really cool things in Season 3, but I'll talk about that later. Let's talk about Season 2. Now, the best thing that Season 2 does is bring in who? Lord Zedd. Now, look, for nostalgia's sake, I love Rita Repulsa. And I love the Elizabeth Banks Rita Repulsa. Like, that's how Rita should be in a modern live-action telling. Still keeping the cheese, but have a new updated look, new updated type of character. But Rita just is kind of cringeworthy in the first season. Like, I hate watching her sometimes. She says, it's cheesy and it's dumb. And Lord Zedd is the same way. Lord Zedd is an idiot, and he says some dumb things too. It's a kid show, but Lord Zedd is a far improvement of a villain than Rita, in my opinion. You can't have the villains win every so often. The villains do win in a few episodes or a few story arcs here and there, but you can call Zedd a bumbling idiot just like Rita because he can never defeat the Power Rangers and he just keeps trying. But just the overall look of Zedd, the feel of him, his music, dun, 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 dun. I love it. Like, if they ever brought Zedd into live action movie, if we ever get a sequel for Power Rangers 2017, who knows? I would love for them to adapt the score from the original show, the dun 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 dun, incorporate that into a Zedd score for a movie. That would be so cool. But I just love the idea of Lord Zedd. And I'm putting this from a perspective of knowing that Power Rangers is goofy, all right, and it's dumb. I love Power Rangers. I don't mean to talk trash about it. Sorry, fans. But Zedd looks cool in the context of what the Power Rangers world is. Zedd looks really cool, and he's like a badass compared to Rita. And he actually goes and fights the Rangers, which I'll get into in another review possibly. I thought that was Season 2, but I guess it wasn't. But like I said, the big thing is Jason, Trini, and Zach leaving, Rocky, Adam, Aisha coming in. Now, as a kid, and even recently, I was like, I never knew why that happened. But I looked into it, and guess what? It's over money, of course. So the show rose to popularity in the 90s with Season 1 and 2. And these actors, they wanted to get paid a little bit more. And there's nothing wrong with that. When there's a demand, you deserve to get paid. You're working hard on this show. You're young. I don't blame the actors for wanting to get paid. And Saban didn't want to pay them, or whoever was in charge didn't want to pay them. So they wrote them out of the season, and they brought the new characters in. Now, I think they did the best they possibly could with dealing with this. Because they didn't have these three actors. It was kind of a fallout with the company and the actors. So the actors weren't willing to play the characters being written off of the show, and I don't blame them for it. I wouldn't do it either. So they kind of had extras, and they would show the back of their heads and say, oh, that's Jason, or that's Trini, or show them from far away in a park. Oh, that's Jason, that's Trini. And they went off to New Zealand to join the Peace Corps or whatever. And then before they leave, they have, Rocky, Aisha, and Adam from kids from another school come in. And they handled it about as well as you possibly could. It was really cheesy at points, but you know, I personally would have loved to keep the original cast. And look, I like Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. I do like them, but never as much as Jason, Zach, and Trini. I love those characters, and I would have loved to seen them in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. They were the foundation of Power Rangers, and they deserve to be in that movie. And I'm nothing against the actors who played the other three, but I want the originals, and I'm glad to see they still are beloved by the Power Rangers community, and they still like go to cons and get love. But I feel like they were shorthanded. They were taken off too early. They didn't get to be in the movie. They didn't get to go on and be Zeo Rangers. I mean, other than Jason, which comes back, which is awesome. But I'll talk about that when I review Zeo Power Rangers. But yeah, I don't know. It's wishful thinking from a fan. I just wish they would have stuck around. Another huge thing that happened in season 2 is, what do you know? This whole thing right here. Tommy losing his Green Ranger powers and then gaining his White Ranger powers. Now, I don't know why they had to do this. I don't know if it was because they had the footage for the original Green Ranger was running out from the Super Sentai series. Or if like they just like, oh, we just want to introduce a White Ranger, so let's get rid of the Green Ranger and bring a White Ranger in. I like the Green Ranger more than I like the White Ranger. But the White Ranger is pretty damn cool. And I thought they handled it pretty cool. You know, Tommy losing his powers, and then he's gone for a while, and Zordon and Alpha create the White Ranger, and oh, they have a mystery White Ranger. Who is it? It's Tommy. And then one thing I hated, though, and I know it's not a serious show, but one thing I hated is Tommy comes back as the White Ranger. He's holding his sword up, and Zordon's like, "You are now the leader of the Power Rangers." And I'm like, what the hell? What? Jason's been the leader this whole time. You don't even say anything like, "Jason, thank you for being such a great leader. It's time for Tommy to take off." He didn't even say anything to Jason. Tommy just automatically becomes the leader. Like, F that. Jason's the leader of the Power Rangers. Jason is. He's the best Power Ranger, in my opinion. Jason's my favorite Power Ranger. But I don't know. I got some inner bitterness in me about the original cast leaving and Tommy becoming the leader and losing his Green Ranger powers and becoming the White Ranger. It's just the fan in me who's like, damn it, what are you doing? But still, I still love, you know, the Rocky, Aisha, Adam characters. And I love the White Ranger, so I cannot complain. And speaking of Rocky, Aisha, and Adam, I thought one of the really cool things about season 2 is the power transfer episodes when the Rangers travel to another planet, a isolated planet, to go get the Sword of Light in order to transfer the powers from the original Rangers to the new Rangers. Just the idea of them going to another planet, they're like flying in space, and Zedd goes to that planet with Serpentera, the huge dinosaur lizard dragon thing. I don't know what it is, but Serpentera is awesome. Zedd has his huge freaking planet destroying Zord, if you will. I loved all that. I thought it was so cool. Like, I want Power Rangers to go cosmic. Like, that's why I really want the new Power Rangers universe to work. I'm hoping they get a sequel. Financially, it didn't do that great, but come on, Ranger fans, let's unite and let's get this Power Rangers universe going. Let's buy all the Blu-rays we possibly can. Let's support it. If you love Power Rangers, support it and try to get these movies continue to be made. That being said, can you tell I'm really passionate about Power Rangers? I don't know. But yeah, I thought season 2 was pretty cool, other than like the things that upset me as a fan from season 1. There was Rita's return also, and she returns and she gives Zedd the love potion. I like Zedd and Rita together. I don't like Rita on her own in this show. I like Zedd by himself, and I like Zedd and Rita together probably better than each of them on their own, honestly. And I thought that was cool. So yeah, season 2, it's okay. I think I like season 1 a lot better because it's the original, you know, it's the first, and you got the full cast there. But those are my thoughts on season 2. I liked it. Look out for my review on season 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I am Jacob Bartley for Comic Hero Talk. If you love superhero movies, superheroes, comics, superhero TV, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you love Power Rangers, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm going to review season 3 the movie, the new movie, the other shows, Zeo, all that. So stay tuned, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you later.